one of our producers was down there today watching everything, and she filled us in on some interesting stuff. Sounds like the state expert made some pretty appalling, took some pretty appalling positions. But guys, I mean, from what I'm understanding, and I haven't had a chance to go over there and watch it, I'm just reading what's going on. You know, we talked a lot about the ridiculousness of the prior outside lawyer for the county and the arguments he was making about how some people prefer to be in jail. And this new guy they got in here, John O'Neill, isn't doing much better. In fact, Judge Rosenthal had to stop him because I guess at some point they were talking, he was cross-examining the sheriff about the deaths inside the Harris County Jail, and his question was, well, don't people die outside the jail too? And Rosenthal had to stop him and say, wait a second, this is a slippery slope here that we're going down.
Oh my God.
I mean, this is a train wreck for the county, it seems like. Don't you think?
Yes, it sounds like it is.
So if the county wins, or if the plaintiffs lose, the county wins, they're going to implement the reforms that they're already doing and say it works. I'm just at a loss. Okay, so where are we?
Here's what I understand. The county is trying to, or has some reforms that I guess are supposed to take place July 1 or June 1, sometime this summer, in terms of when we're going to have public defenders.
At the bail hearings.
At the bail hearings.
Yes.
There's going to be, I guess, some new guidelines that are going to be implemented.
Yes, I actually sat in on a meeting about 2 weeks ago. There's been a group of people that have been meeting for several months, if not a year, that have been trying to come up with a recommendation, that have been part of people from the MacArthur grant, from the not the MacArthur grant, I'm sorry, from like the Arnold Foundation, all the different factors that have gone into, the PD's office, the DA's office. They're all trying to come up with recommendations to then suggest to the DA, which at the time when it started was Devin Anderson, now Kim Ogg, and then they're hoping that when I had my first chance to meet with them at this last meeting, it was one of their last meetings. Some of them were like people that were in the community. One of the people there was like just a citizen's representative in the community. And they want to say, here are our recommendations, and these are the things we want to see happen with bail reform. And then hoping that Kim Ogg will make her recommendations to this, what you're saying, in July, for July.
Right. Well, what I understand is this is what's on the table. And so the county is trying to defend this injunction, to stop the injunction, because the injunction, as I understand it, would basically implement not just those reforms, but go even further and say, look, if it is a nonviolent misdemeanor offense, we want to basically eliminate the money bail schedule. That these people should be released on PR bonds, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And that's what came up at this meeting.
Yeah.
Was some of the so there was like one guy there who's been involved in bail reform for 25 years, and they were like, every misdemeanor should just get out on a PR bond, period. And of course, as defense attorneys, we were like, look, as much as we want to agree with that, as a theory, we all know that that's not really realistic, because people that are charged with DWIs, the judges all want bond conditions, and for public safety, and Mothers Against Drunk Driving are going to have a lot to say about that, and we know that. That's not going to fly. And so realistically, DWIs are going to need bond conditions, so you're going to need some kind of monitoring. Assault family member misdemeanors are going to need conditions because, the nature of a MOAP and all that. So you can't just say across the board all misdemeanors should be let out with no bond.